Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is my tutorial for a dark green and olive smoky halo eye. If you'd like to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. So I'm starting off with my eyebrows and I'm just brushing them through with the spoolie of an Anastasia brow wiz. And to fill them in today, I'm going to be using the Benefit Brow, and this is in the shade number 5. Next up, I'm taking my Colourpop concealer in the shade number 5 and a flat top brush, and I'm just carving out my eyebrows. I'm just taking this concealer down onto the lid as well, just to prime the eyes, and then I go on later to set it with the translucent powder, and this just gives a really good base for eyeshadow to stick to. Okay, you can just see me setting it, and I'm just using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, but this really doesn't matter, you can use any powder. Next up, I'm going in with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm taking that mustard shade, and I'm just using this as a transition colour all through the crease, and building that up slowly just to create more of an opaque colour. Next, I'm going to grab this darker green from the Morphe palette, and I'm using that a little bit lower in the crease just to create some definition, and then I'm slowly going to start to build it up on the outer and inner edges to create the base of this halo eye. And then anything that I put down, I'm just going to go back with the last colour that I used, so put down this green, and then I'm going to go back through the crease with the yellow just to blend that out a little bit, and then back in with the green, back in with the yellow, and on like that. And as you can see, I'm just adding it to the front and the back now, and then just blending over the top with that yellow, just to make sure everything's really well blended and seamless. Next, I'm going in with the Kylie Cosmetics Holiday Kit, and this is from 2016, this is last year's, and there's just a really nice dark green shade at the bottom of this palette, so I'm just using that to further deepen the outer and inner corners. There is another green in the Morphe palette which is a little bit deeper, which you can use instead of this. If you don't have this, it's fine, but I will go on to use that Morphe one later as well. going back in with that yellow again, just to blend all of them edges out. And now I'm just taking this Morphe colour, it's just a really dark green, and I'm just going to use that to further deepen the outer corners. Next I'm going to take a concealer, and this is just a Colourpop one, and I'm patting this on. Now my phone actually died, so I lost the footage of that, but all I did was just pat that in with the brush, and then now I'm just going over with that darker green. My phone did die again, so there is another part later on where it does cut, but now I'm taking this green from the Morphe palette and wetting my brush with the Colourpop setting spray, and then just taking this on a flat top brush into the centre. I did like this colour, and it is really nice when it's wet, but I felt like it was too dark for the look, so I did go over the top of it with a Colourpop Super Shock shadow in the shade Telepathy. Which is this, and it's just like a really sparkly olive green. And then I'm just taking that mid green that we used at first, and I'm just using that to blend the edges of this. And then going back in with the darker green and just adding on anything that was lost when we did some blending. Next, I'm taking my Kat Von D eyeliner in the colour Trooper, and I'm just doing a line on my top lashes. I'm not doing a wing or anything like that, just a line so that my eyelashes will sit on this nicely. Next I'm going in with the black in the Morphe palette, and I'm just using this on the very outer edges of my eye, just to add a tiny bit more depth and make it a little bit more dramatic. And then I'm blending that out with that darker green. With colours like this, it's always about just going in and blending and blending and blending, because you can go so wrong with all these dark colours. I've just curled my eyelashes, and I'm just using Urban Decay's Perversion Mascara. Just a tiny bit, you don't need loads because I'm going to put lashes on. So here I've put on the Lovelace Lashes by Doll Beauty, and I'm just putting on the Laura Mercier Oil Free Primer. This is where my phone cuts out again in a minute, so you'll see me with foundation on. The foundation I used is the L'Oreal Pro Glow in the shade 202 Creamy Natural, and this is a really nice drugstore foundation. So yeah, full of foundation now. And I'm just using the Tarte Shape Tape just under my eyes, just to highlight, and blending that out with the Beauty Blender. And then I'm just using this on my forehead and on my chin just to highlight. Next I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just going to set all underneath my eyes. Baking a tiny bit just to set it in, and then I use this powder all over the rest of my face as well. Next I'm just taking that yellow mustard shade underneath the eyes, just to bring everything that's on the top down to the bottom. And then just going over the top of that with that mid green. I brought it a little bit too far into my inner corner, so I'm just taking my Beauty Blender and just dabbing that out a little bit. Then I'm going to go back into that darker green and add that right underneath the lash line with a small brush. And then blending it all back out with that yellow, just like we did on the top. And I'm just going to use the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter just in the inner corner. I thought like a gold highlight would look really nice with this, but I changed my mind and went over the top of it with a lighter colour just to give a little bit more of a pop, because it is a really dark eye. So just the two lightest shades out of the Morphe palette on top. And then I'm just going to go in with the Perversion mascara on the lower lash line. And that's the eyes done. So for skin, I'm just using MAC's Give Me Some bronzer just to warm up my face. And then just taking a little bit of this down the sides of my nose as well. And then for highlighter, I'm using the Balm's Mary Luminizer, just on a Morphe highlighting brush. And this is a really nice highlight. It doesn't look very blinding on camera, but it is really, really nice in person. And then for lips, I'm using MAC Strip Down, just to line the lips. I overline my lips slightly because I've got no top lip. And then I'm going to go in with a gloss, and I'm using the Peaches and Cream gloss in the shade Bambi. And this is a really nice and really affordable gloss, it's so pretty. And then to finish it all off, I'm just using the NYX matte finishing spray just to lock it all in. And that's the finished look, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.